Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Sim, back with another episode of Here to Inspire. And I am flying solo right now because the homie Abel, he big working. He got a whole bunch of stuff. He said, go ahead, carry the weight. I said, let me put it on my back. You know what it is, like Luka Doncic. I got that from Kendrick. Anyways, we are sitting here with a great guest, as we always have, right? If y'all haven't noticed, we got a table in here. That's one of the coldest tables. You could throw it on your wall if you want to. You can't, though, because it's ours. It was created by none other than our guest we have here today, my brother, Duvall Ivory. We're going to clap it up. Hey. Nobody else here to clap.
I know, right? I clap for myself.
I got that from, what's his name? Tony, yeah. I forgot. Anyways, what's going on, man?
What's happening?
How you feeling?
I'm good, man.
We finally got you on the pod.
We finally here. It's happening.
It's happening.
You know
it's
what
happening.
I'm saying?
You've made it. You've made it to the promised land. This ain't the promised land. It's just a podcast. But anyways, It's a good one. It's a good podcast. You feel me?
It is.
So yeah, man. So just wanted to sit down, have a conversation with you. I am. I don't know if you know this. I mean, we've known each other for a while now, and I consider you like a really close friend.
Appreciate that, man.
My brother, for sure. In case you guys don't know, me and Duvall taught at the same school for about a couple years, right?
That's correct.
We've made some, he was the art teacher. Obviously, y'all see the table. Y'all see the murals. Y'all might not know, but my boy really get it cracking on these murals in the city. Watch out. Anyways, I've seen you like be extremely creative. You've opened like my vision on what creativity is. You've really inspired me to like dive deeper into like just the creative field in general, even like when it comes to writing and developing and creating and just connecting with people. You've been like a huge inspiration for me, and I just want to like first of all say thank you for being who you are, right? And I want to know like what inspires you to be this creative.
Something that inspires me to be this creative, I'll say God, man. You know, he's like the greatest creator we know.
The OG.
The ultimate designer. And to be somewhat in that vein, to pull inspiration from anything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like you should be able to find life even in a grain of sand or in a grain of rice, you know what I'm saying? If you can't really conceptualize and figure all that out, then you may get a little lost on the journey. But if you can find inspiration in anything, there's nothing that can't inspire you.
Wow, that's incredible. I feel like that's something that, and I know that you like know about this, like philosophers. I feel like because of God and who He is and how He creates in general, He allows us, and we're made in His image, so He allows us to just like have this ability to think and like pull inspiration from a grain of sand or from a grain of rice. And I feel like philosophers in that same vein sit up talking and just like, what if like they have asked those long, deeper questions about what we can possibly like just shallowly walk past. They sit down, or as creatives we sit down and we dive deeper into it, right? So yeah, life is crazy.
Yeah, but like when you really think about how well the world is designed, right? Like for there to be a cow, that meant there had to be grass. Because the cow got to eat the grass. But once that grass is eaten by the cow, it comes back out and now it fertilizes the soil. So you had already thought of one thing before you even got to the next one. You see what I'm saying? And how it all works together.
That's super tough. I think a Lion King. The circle of life.
No, for real. Hey,
it's crazy. No.
Mufasa was spitting.
Hey, that new movie, Mufasa, is actually super tough. But yeah, Mufasa was spitting on that. He said, yeah, we die, we become the grass, they eat the grass. Like, it's a continuation. And that's just out in the wild. And as people, I feel like, we create, we develop, we build buildings, we build trains, we like do all these things to progress to an extent where we are now to get, but I don't feel like there's a point that we're trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like mankind will always create and we will always develop. And I feel like AI right now is, and this is just going somewhere else, but I feel like AI right now is just like taking a lot of weight off of like mankind as far as like tedious tasks, to where we're going to be able to essentially be more human and get back to that space of like, or I ain't got to worry about this like tedious task. I have the ability to get back to creating. Like God, like creativity is inside of all of us, and I feel like AI is taking a weight off, honestly, to where we can get back to those inspirational moments of like the circle of life.
Yeah, I mean, but you even said something powerful right there. Just the idea of what if, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can really find a pivot anywhere you go.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. What if I start off with like the blank canvas? A lot of artists, you know, find themselves intimidated by that.
Yeah.
If you put a mark on it, it's not blank no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you start with that mark, if you just allow your mind to expand and move around, you know what I'm saying? You can find out anywhere it can go. It could be one thing. You can have the intention of it being one thing, and it come out to be something completely different. And that's where I think the beauty of art really lies, in the interpretation.
So are you a fan of subjective like understanding, or are you more so like, because I don't know, I be myself, I be like, that's not what I meant, you know, like people like, oh yeah, you tried to do it. I'm like, that's actually not what I was trying to say. You're wrong. But yeah, how do you feel about like subjectivity?
I think it's room for both, you know, like, so when I create art, my art is always up for interpretation.
Yeah.
And if you would like to know what sparked this or what inspired this, then I'll tell you. But I don't want to ruin it, you know, for you.
Yeah.
If this is what got you through your day, if this is how you understood it, you know, maybe I was just a vessel for you in that moment. You know what I mean? It could mean one thing to me, but I think like when you hear your favorite song by an artist or whatever, you don't know really why they made the song.
Exactly.
You can get an idea and you can formulate your own opinion, your own philosophy, move through it. So then through that, you know, that interpretation, I think, is room for both, and you should have both for sure.
Yeah. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. But people be tripping. Like,
no,
they be somewhere else. I be like,
sometimes
that ain't it. That's not what that mean. Like, they be, oh my gosh. Bro, with this, all right, not to bring this up, but like the Drake and Kendrick beef, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like people were so, like Drake and Kendrick obviously had like true beef songs specific to one another.
Yeah, pure intention.
And then like afterwards, not saying that the beef is dead or whatever, because, hey.
We don't know them.
We don't know them. But like when it comes to like, I mainly listen to Kendrick, right? And I know you do too.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to the music that they put out now after like the Not Like Us and everything like that, everybody's still thinking, oh, he's still talking about, and I'm like, well, is he? Because like this is the same type of like music he was making before the whole beef started. I'm talking about before the Control verse, because everybody think that was like the main thing.
Yeah.
But like he was making like like specific bars all the time. That's just who he was.
He definitely had some concern.
Like from the giddy up, like from Overly Dedicated, he had specific bars.
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. Like your interpretation, if that's what's fueling the fans to keep them interested in the music or whatever, let it be. Because what if he come out and say, "Oh no, I'm actually in this part of life right now."
Exactly.
And then it kills the thrill for you. So then it's like,
let y'all. Yeah, I guess it do work like that. Like I'll let y'all have that. Sure, it could be about him. Y'all buying this ticket? Y'all trying to see, like, because people buy a track just to hear the hate.
Just to hear the hate.
Spread
love, though. Spread love.
Yeah, spread love. That's what we on. Spread love. Spread inspiration, you feel me? Inspire in the best way. Because hate move fast.
But love move faster.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Love move faster. Speaking of love, you have a character.
I do.
You have a character. Tell us about this character.
I created this character. His name is Luther Valentine. His nickname is Love. And this character is basically almost like a way for me to explore certain ideas without it directly correlating to me, or for me to pull inspiration from the lives of other people that I know. And so the character basically owns this bar called Last Call. And this bar is for like, it only appears to you when you need like to be able to get out that energy, whether it be creative or have a talk with somebody. And you come in and basically it's like a poetry thing going on. It's a tea vibe. It's real chill, laid back for that creative spirit to move through you, you know? Yeah. Even if you don't even know how to write, you know, Love is a writer behind the scenes and he writes these stories and tell these stories. So yeah, I use him to like discuss a lot of different topics such as like relationships, sex, random philosophies, ideas, just because it can make it a little more digestible rather than coming from a human. It allows
really
that
good.
interpretation to come through.
Would you and I know you, I feel like I know like your answer to this, but would you suggest or like suggest artists to create a medium that they can develop and say and basically speak through?
I would say it depends on like how you trying to play within the frame of being an artist, right?
Yeah.
So if you're looking for longevity, I think that there is definitely room for that because now you're not putting yourself to only be a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Whether that be this piece you made or you went through this period of art where you only use one color or whatever the case may be. So through using different conduits, you can find a little bit more longevity.
Yeah. I feel like, and not to keep bringing them up, or I'm gonna bring up two artists. I feel like Kendrick has that a lot. Like he like the first album, Good Kid, Mad City, and his albums before, and his mixtapes and albums before that. I feel like Good Kid, Mad City was his medium to speak through that. I feel like on To Pimp a Butterfly, Kung Fu Kenny was his medium to speak through that. The Damn album was his. I don't feel like he really. Did he have like he still had like Kung Fu Kenny and that type of
it was still Kung Fu
Mr.
Kenny.
Morale, he had, like the Boogeyman.
Yeah,
like,
but
he has the ability to like dive off because you can say, oh, this sound like Kung Fu Kenny rather than like, oh, this is Kendrick. And I feel like not to cut you off, but I just want to point out I feel like Kanye could have had that.
Oh no, he got it. It's just in a way that we don't understand.
No, I feel like all right. So, and I only because I see things like this. So when he did College Dropout, and he had the bear, right? Everybody like could look to that bear like, oh yeah, that's Kanye, but he never allowed that bear to literally be a character. You know what I'm saying? That he could say, oh, this is this one, like that medium to speak through. Everything is him. And
well,
I feel
it's the different versions of him. He got the Kanye, then he got Yeezus, then he got Ye. He kind of do it, but if you look at a lot of artists, they all do it. If you look at people like David Bowie, I don't remember his name. I think it's like Ziggy Stardust or something like that. He had this character.
I don't know who that is.
Prince did it, and you don't listen to David Bowie. Prince had
Who's
different. David Bowie, he's like a pop. I mean, okay, man, you called me out. I don't listen to him all like that, but I study these artists.
Oh, okay.
I study great artists, you know what I'm saying? But all characters are created through the artist. So like Prince did it. He had multiple different characters. He'll songwrite.
Had it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Eminem, I think, is a great contrast.
Yep.
He got Eminem, he got Marshall, he got Slim Shady.
Yep.
All these artists find these different ways to explore different ideas because you can get, like I said, boxed into being one thing. And if you truly are an artist, in my opinion, you're not just one thing, and you can see that through everything around
you. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's true art. Speaking of art, you did a little teaching, as we said before.
I did.
Yeah, how was that? What did you teach?
I taught art.
Isn't that funny?
It's a big shock, I know.
Right? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I taught science. Anyways. So
art's still better than science.
It's weird. We had this little beef. It was fake beef, obviously, but he was saying art is better than science, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
And the kids agree. Shout out to them kids.
Kids' brains aren't fully developed.
Ooh, so you discredited my children.
I'm not discrediting. I'm just saying their brains aren't fully developed, and that's because science. But regardless of that, the beef is dead. All right, we settled our differences. But so you taught art, right? Did you go to school for that, like teaching?
So I'm actually pretty self-taught in a lot of different ways, especially when it comes to art. In terms of teaching, I would just say that's a natural ability that like my mentors and things kind of just naturally found within me. Yeah.
How was that like? How was that time teaching?
Amazing, man. It was phenomenal, sensational.
Man. Speak on it. Come on. What like? What was it? Because I feel like we both like feel the same way, but probably in a different way. Right?
Yeah, so I'll go into it. It's like to be able to mold young minds and watch their development, bring out different aspects of themselves that they can't really find or don't even know is there because, like you said, they still young.
Yeah.
They haven't fully developed. So that was really the cool part, especially when you can find a kid that reminds you of yourself. And you can pull out or tell them things that you wish you knew and try to get ahead of the curve of, just development in life. Yeah. Or even save their trajectory, because that's a big word right there.
say their trajectory. No, for real.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do feel the exact same way about teaching. That was
Mm.
that's
We already
literally
knew
my
this.
answer.
We already knew this.
That's literally my answer though. Yeah, being able to not only see where they are but see where they can be is and it's not even saying like, because a lot of people think like I'm trying to put you where I'm at. Like I feel like a lot of people get like that, and these kids are not like aiming to be you.
And you know, I'm glad you said that. So
Yeah.
that's something that I've always noticed, right? People always say, I want you to know this because I wish I knew it.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, the kid's not you.
Yeah.
You got to be able to see who they are and figure out what they need to hear.
That now,
You know what I mean?
bruh, exactly. Like, stop trying to make little U's. It's not.
It don't work like that.
I feel like it's prideful, or what is it, narcissistic? Like
Maybe.
Yeah. And it's like good intentions, and that's like where a lot of us are. Like we have good intentions, and then we get around these multiple vulnerable minds, and I don't want to say take advantage because that sounds way off. But
That sounds terrible.
That sounds terrible. But it is that we take advantage of the opportunity in front of us, and we a lot of times, and we've seen a lot of teachers just destroy kids.
Yeah, they unknowingly do it.
Yeah.
Some knowingly do it, but some unknowingly
do it. Yeah. And that's where I talk about like the taking advantage, because like we can go in with such good intentions when it comes to like our mentorship, or like just being a voice that these like young minds need to hear. And I feel like we at one point, because it gets personal, we stop caring.
Well, because at that point, you're trying to preserve your own legacy.
Yeah.
Rather thinking of what the future needs.
Yeah. And working at the school was definitely a eye opener, because like you realize how much patience you do have, or how much patience you don't have.
Exactly.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, because it was some days you need that patience.
It was some days. Shout out to school teachers. Y'all really got it.
Yeah.
Like y'all need to be paid more consistently.
They do. But you see, you invest in not only in the education when you invest in the teacher, but you're investing into the future.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like I couldn't be who I am without my mentors, my teachers that I had, the conversations that when you said like I taught art, I feel like I was teaching life too. Because you're more than just being whatever subject you are. You know, the kids will ask me all the time, and I'll tell them, you can challenge me, you know, tell me what you think. How do you feel? And trying to get them to be able to open their eyes that art isn't just drawing on a paper. It's not just making music.
Yeah.
Art is your clothes. Art is the way you talk. Being able to have that cross-disciplinary with the English teacher and the kids working on poetry. You know the art show that I did with the kids where we took their poems and painted and made illustrations or visuals for their poetry.
Crazy work.
So it's like they're seeing why these things connect and how these things connect, but also the cultural influence. When I take the kids around the world and we'll learn about, you know, the Harlem Renaissance, but then we'll go and learn about the Italian Renaissance, and then we'll go and learn about Japanese art and whatever else may come up. You know what I mean? It's a lot more than just you just painting a picture. You know?
It's more than just painting a picture. The why matters.
Finding that light.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like both of us in that season, we both had that like ability to really present a why to kids. I feel like kids really don't have a why in school. A lot of times kids don't have a why. Like, I'm in school for learning, and that's like the benchmark. Like they put a period right there when teachers, I feel, have the ability to be like, actually, put a comma right there. Keep going. What was one thing I said?
I was going to say that was like a quote you dropped. It was one of the hardest.
What was it?
We put we put commas where people put periods.
That is
hard.
who we are. We
Shout
put
out.
commas where people put periods. We have the ability to continue this sentence. We have the ability to continue this story. We don't stop you here. I feel God is good for that. God is good for allowing us to have that space and that season, as short or as long as it was. You know, like shout out to all my Holy Name Elementary students, alumni, love y'all to death for real. Hit my
For real.
line, you feel me?
Especially the Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Shout
Oh
out
yeah,
Lighthouse.
we gotta talk about the Lighthouse.
Man.
Kick game, man. What was the Lighthouse? Let folk know.
The Lighthouse. So, we had to create these clubs or
Yep.
whatever. And the idea sparked in me something that was real pivotal to me when I met one of my first mentors through life. Shout out Mike Russell. The Lighthouse. So just basically mentoring young kids, not just young males, but also young females as well.
Yep.
And just giving them kind of like a lighthouse in the storm for a ship. Direction. Pointing the way, showing them where to go. And not necessarily telling them what to do or where to go, but just how life can open up for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the Lighthouse was tough, bro.
It was amazing.
It was incredible.
It was some of the best days ever.
Bro, like easily one of the most like impactful moments or impactful moments for me. Like as a, just as a person, just seeing kids grow and being able to like take them to that on where we go. That on
we were everywhere.
We went to the museum, the art museum. We went it was that one thing we went to with the cops. Like it was just different moments that we got to share with these students to open them up to like, this is how the world can look, or this is what the world offers. Right. I feel like as teachers, even if you're not in a teaching position, if you have the ability to influence students or young people,
it's bringing them to exposure
or
opening them up to exposure.
Bro, I didn't know how much exposure matters until I got like married. And my wife was like, let's go travel. I'm like,
Yeah, so that kind of goes back to being like with the artist and you find yourself in this box, right?
Yeah.
So with the kids, the more that they can see, right now they're only being shown home life, academic world.
Yeah.
And if they try to figure out like, well, how does this connect to me once I'm beyond this point?
Exactly.
Then they find themselves learning about, like how you said we went to the one civil matter with the police or whatever. I don't remember what it was for. But they were just discussing law and like policy and things like that. And these kids can be a part of this conversation.
Yeah.
They can see how do these things work? How do you get through legislation or whatever the case may be, and actually develop and see, just like how the world actually works versus only being taught to be in the school sense. You can get lost in that.
No, for real. Yeah.
Some people never leave academia.
Yeah. People stick around. Why do you think that is? Like,
I think we seek a lot of comfort these days, even though the most life happens through discomfort. When you think about like evolution, at least this is the way I conceptualize it. Anytime life was being challenged, whether that's an animal, whether that's like a virus, whatever the case may be, just life, right? A plant growing. It's like if you put concrete over soil, right? And then a rose find its way through the crack.
Yeah.
That rose had to go through something to figure out how to get to that other side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, life wouldn't have continued. That plant would have just died.
Simple.
The seed won't keep growing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so in a lot of ways, we seek comfort, but comfort in the long run actually stops our growth.
Comfort in the long run actually stops our growth. That's nasty work. Shout out to Wally, the movie. That's all I think about.
They
Wally,
did that.
Like fat people just rolling around. Eating sandwiches.
Yeah, but see, like look at life on Wally like that.
Exactly.
Everybody got comfortable. They couldn't even really walk no more.
They couldn't do nothing. Floating around. Don't let them do it to you.
What they say, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Come on now. Come on now. Get in the gym. Anyways.
Hey, at least go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Drink tea.
When was the last time you ran at the park?
Ran at the park? I mean, with the boys, I'm running around all the time.
I forgot you got kids.
I got kids. Got a whole bunch of them kids. I ain't know how many kids I had until
like 12.
It's three. It's 3 children. But dang, 3 a lot. It make me think though, like the world we live in, and this is just a random thing, but like folk back in the day used to have like 12 kids. And everybody say, oh, the more you have, the easier it gets. I'm like, not with these pockets.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a little different now.
Oh my gosh, 3 kids? And they like active, lovely, smart babies. My baby girl just said dada yesterday. Shout out to you, baby girl. Princess, I love you
baby
so
girl. Shout out Drake.
Hey, shout out to no kid. Hey, Drake. I haven't been a fan of Drake for years. I'm still not a fan. But
crazy.
The boy can make a hit. Baby girl, let me see your dance. Let me see your twirl. Who talk like that? Canadians. Anyways, I wanted.
Shout out Canada, man. I love Montreal.
It's all right. I ain't been. Toronto.
Crazy work.
Terrible when I went. Anyways, I wanted to ask you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel the state is for art? As an artist, how do you feel the state is right now for art in general? Pretty big question, but you got it.
I feel like right now art is in a very interesting place. So the thing that I find or that I question myself is like, as I go through art history and I learn about all these different things, the Harlem Renaissance, the Italian Renaissance, the Impressionists, the Expressionists, I'm just wondering, like, to all the creatives out there, what's the next art movement? Like, we've been lacking, we've been slacking. I haven't heard nobody trying to get together, from the movies to the poetry to the writing, all of it. Like, what is the next art movement? Hit me up. I'm trying to build one.
Is there a revolution on our hands when it comes to art?
There's always revolution in art.
Ooh, hey, that boy cooking. You see that beret? Shout out to that one dude. Somebody wear a beret. Anyways, I am number one. Just want to say I'm proud of you, bro. It has been a amazing journey, and I'm glad to continue to build with you, grow with you, work in the same space as you when it comes to art and developing, and just be a light to this world, man.
Nah, for real.
Any inspiring words you have for the people before we skedaddle?
Be great every day. If you don't believe in yourself, can't nobody else believe in you. If you know me, I say be great every day, because if you great today, then you great tomorrow, because it's today. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Where can they find you, man?
You can find me at Duvall Ivory on every platform. If I got it, it's the same. Make it real simple for you. You just spell my name. Duvallivvory. I'm the Dreamscapist.
The Dreamscapist is spoken. Get your dreams together. I don't know what that means. Anyways, this has been an amazing episode. It's been tough, man. I'm glad to have had you. This was raw.
I'm glad to be here, man.
For real.
Can't wait till the next episode.
Can't wait till the next episode. There it is. We are gonna see y'all on the other side. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good things. Comment, DM us, hit our lines. We're gonna start engaging with y'all all the time. So engage back, right?
Engage back.
Don't be corny.
And I'll be dancing too. Shout out to the Latin dance community.
Ooh, the Latin dance, the bachata.
Come out to rhythm and bachata.
Rhythm and bachata, R&B in a different way.
Exactly.
Anyways, shout out to Duvall for coming through. Shout out to all y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Peace.